Hello, individuals. I know it's been a few days. Okay, maybe it's been just a few weeks. Alright, it's been half of a year. Most likely wondering what happened, and to keep things brief, don't tell your Christian family you're Wiccan and transgender in the same sentence. Safe to say, I was swiftly kicked out of the household and was forced to pay several bills off of GameStop income. For those who need a visual reference for that, look up the Venezuela market on Google. Now, enough about me. Let's talk about a wonderful game.
Michael! Oh! Michael!
It's the part of the video where I'd give a summary over the game's story, if there was any. But I think everyone can agree 4 tornadoes wanting to introduce your heart to your hip bone is the pure definition of self-explanatory. Nature is very angry, and wants all of us to feel the pain we've inflicted upon it the past 200 years. A round of Tornado Alley Ultimate can be anything from a gentle fart to a cluster truck of pain and destruction. All the events are highly random, so you'll never know what to expect what's thrown at you. Once a round starts, the looting phase starts. You better look fast because there's a small, limited amount of items that can mean life or death. Once the looting phase is done, the storm will either slide in or fall out of the sky. We don't talk about the things that fall out of the sky. Let's start by listing off some tornadoes, as they're the main name of the game. First, it's the classic that can't be beat. Just a normal tornado. Its starting level is Ef0, which is otherwise known to a Missourian like myself, a gentle gust of wind. Next levels are of course Ef1, Ef2, Ef3, Ef4, and Ef5. Last but not least, we also have Ef God Has Abandoned Us. If you thought that was bad enough, let me introduce you to the elemental tornadoes. Do you like not being able to see anything on the screen? Because the ice and dust tornadoes provide a wonderful service known as solar orthopathy. If the cold, unbearing feeling of an ice tornado was too much for you, try heating up next to the Satan hellspawn of a fire tornado. I wouldn't recommend taking up the huge responsibility of driving a boat during one of these, as when AC/DC's Highway to Hell started playing on my YouTube playlist, my autism started flaring up, and thematical suicide became my one and only goal. But hey, huge shout out to the boys who stayed with me as we got roasted to the temperature of the surface of the sun. Next up is the Sharknado. I've spent 5 minutes trying to write a joke here, but I think it does a great job on its own. Just don't touch the sharks. Fish's only friend when the economy is stable. The next NATO is what I like to call an Amazon Prime order of Pearl Harbor. My best advice is just to run as fast as you can. Next one is simple, yet hilariously fun. Have you ever seen The Purge? All your dreams of ultimate final fight are here, and you should indulge into it, like the psychopath you are. Now, running away from these monsters in nature is recommended, but be careful, because if none of this was already enough, this game has a broken limb system. Each limb is vital to your success, especially what I like to call the universal off switch. If your head gets a nice bonk, then congratulations, you are now a helpless vegetable. Your one and only hope of survival is the kindness of your fellow random strangers, so essentially, you're dead either way. I'd go into more, but why listen to me spoil everything when you can go on and play it yourself? As always, links in the description, and thank you to my lovely comments left on my last video. After a horrible struggle, it was super sweet to see such a wholesome response. Anyway, I gotta replace someone's entire blood flow with nitroglycerin. Have a good one.